the last camp out of the season. I always like to do an October camp out, and my brother and I are camping this week, but the weather has turned pretty sour for us, so it looks like rain for the next couple days, and it's 50 degrees right now, so it's not warm out, but hey, I'll get there, I'll set up camp, I'll have everything as dry and tidy as we can possibly make it, and I think we'll have a pretty good time. So I'm about to get rolling here. The coffee is brewing, and I'll be making breakfast pretty soon. I'm not sure if I want to cook in here or out on the fire. I got my beans soaking overnight, so they're ready to start putting together. I'm going to put them in this crock, this cast iron. I'm going to chop up some carrots, some onion, and then I've got a ham that I'm going to chop up in there to put with the beans. And then those are going to cook all day. So, good morning, cats. Let's step outside and see what's happening this morning. Ooh, it's cold. We had the tent set up here last night. We had a good fire going, and it was actually pretty cozy in here. You know, the fire radiates the heat back in here, and it was, so although the temperature got down to 40 degrees last night, we were comfortable. We are at a place called Nimisila campground, and it's south of Akron, Ohio, in the Portage Lakes area. And there is a great big reservoir that wraps all the way around. We're on a peninsula out here. It's a small campground. There's not a lot here, but you see we're under the pines. Got a nice bit of pine needles on the ground here. And it is damp this morning. There's a lot of dew on the ground, but I don't think it rained. Because, well, maybe it did rain a little bit. I see it looks wet here. And yeah, it must have sprinkled some. So the campground in this way is just about empty. And then we've got 2 or 3 campers up this way. So that's kind of where we are today. My brother's camped down around the corner with his little tent camper. So when he gets here, I'll make some breakfast. I'm going to make sausage and egg and cheese McMuffins. And those are really good. But I'll wait till he gets here before I start that. I should see if I can get a fire going, because I got to cook the ham and bean soup on the trivet thing over the fire. But at first I got to do all the chopping and everything and get stuff ready. So I'm going to head in and do that. Oh, I got all this produce that I had at home that my buddy gives to me, and I couldn't use it because of course I'm coming here camping. So I put this out by the street, and a lot of people took stuff yesterday, and a lot of it's gone. So I might put it back out today and get rid of some more of this stuff. Hey, there's my brother. He just showed up. He's going to park over in the site right next to us. So, and then he'll join me for breakfast. They got a little camp office here, but it's not stationed. I think they shut it down Labor Day weekend, so there's nobody here manning the fort. We're pretty much on our own at this campground. It's online reservation only. You gotta go online and make your reservation. And then it gets patrolled maybe once a day by the park ranger. We haven't seen a park ranger yet though, have we?
No, I haven't seen a ranger at all. If they came through, it was in disguise.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a little walk this morning, take a little hike, get some exercise. This is the reservoir. Like I said, we're out on a peninsula here. So the reservoir wraps all the way around, all the way down that way. But they have these sandstone areas where people can sit and fish. You see the transmission tower out there. Sometimes the bald eagles nest up in those things. So we're walking up this, I guess, a levee or a dike. I'm not sure what you would call it. It basically created for the transmission tower. So we have water on both sides of us. It's just like a narrow access road, I guess, that they can get out to the transmission tower. But you see, this lake is pretty shallow. So you get a lot of lily pads and cattail areas. Kind of hard to negotiate with a boat. Now you can see the transmission tower up there, and if you look way up in the top corner, there's an eagle's nest right there. And then way over there's the other transmission tower, and it also has an eagle's nest in it. But we don't see any eagles, so I don't know if they're up there or... Wait a minute, there's one right there.
Oh, nice.
The bald eagle. This is all part of the same reservoir. See, it just like wraps all the way around, and then it goes way down that way. And then over on this side, it goes way around that way.
Sun reflecting off the water.
They got an oil well out on the end of this. I'll show you the map when we get back to kind of give you an idea where we're at, but we're out on this dike. The water's reasonably clear.
Super clear. That's
I mean, you can see the bottom up to like 6 or 8 foot deep.
very clean water.
Yeah.
Which is good for people drinking if it's a reservoir.
Now we're at the complete other end of the lake. So we were way up there around the corner when we were out on the levee. You can't even see it from here. Way out there. But here we are. I'm going to show you how clear this is. I think you can see down there. You can see the bottom. Seaweed. You can see some rocks out there. I actually saw a couple fish.
Oh, really?
They're just little minnows, but
Okay, at least something.
last time we looked in here we couldn't see any fish. So we got the boat ramp here. I do see electric motor boat out there right now.
That's a first, okay.
And a little duck swimming right here. The fall colors are just starting to come out, so it's pretty. Campfire action here. Got my bros with me today. Matt.
What's up, cats?
And Steve.
Doing it to it.
We just ate
Beautiful.
dinner. How was the dinner?
Well, Mark considered that, what, bean soup?
Yeah, ham and
It
bean
was so
soup.
thick, I would say that was bean stew.
Ham and bean, delicious.
Very hearty.
Yeah, it was a good dinner.
Somewhat, the bread.
Yeah. Had some
Ciabatta bread or something.
ciabatta bread to go with it. Got a nice warm fire. We put our reflector wood up on the back so it shoots the heat out into our little tent structure here. Stays nice and cozy. Yeah, we put a dent in this, but look at that. Oh, it's delicious. Hey, there's the other bay leaf that we were looking for. I said I put 3 bay leaves in there, and I found one, Steve found one, and I said, well, we still got one missing, so you don't eat those. Well, I had the two boxes of vegetables out here on the road, and all I got left is 2 zucchini, 4 ears of corn, and 3 apples. So people have been walking by slowly but surely cleaning it out. There was quite a pile of veggies there, so, and everybody's been so tickled and happy to have those. You know, wow, are these free? Can we pay for these? Just take them, they're free. So, pretty cool. I'm going to show you back behind camp here because this is right behind the campsite, right behind our tent. You'll see that's my brother's truck, that's my brother's car, so we're like the only ones here. But if you walk back behind the camp here, look at this. Is this not beautiful or what? So peaceful. Nobody here. So quiet. You don't hear any cars.
It was like an oasis in my work week here.
Yeah,
Oh,
midweek.
great. He pulls the camera out right when I'm getting ready to leave.
Okay.
I just had to get this shot of this nice warm,
Oh my gosh,
you
that
know.
feels
The
good.
nice warm retirement life here.
yeah,
Unfortunately, this brother here doesn't have that luxury yet.
like sitting in an oven in here, isn't it?
Oh man, it's better than an oven right now when it's so
It
chilly
is.
outside.
It's like, it is a couple. It's got to be a couple degrees. You walk out here. Oh, brother, it's cold.
Yeah. Nice fire, Steve.
Yeah.
He's got
get some
blades.
heat
Of course,
thrown.
he gets that going right when I gotta leave.
Well, I was trying to egg you on to stick around.
Well,
Well, I made it back home. I got her backed in there in her place, so I still haven't unhitched yet. I haven't unloaded anything yet. but I still got all that to do. Last night, not long after I made the video of the campfire, it started raining. And it rained, it came down. And it rained all night long. Well, we were dry sitting under the canopy, and we stayed out there till about, I think, almost 11 o'clock at night. But everything around camp was soaking wet. It was a mess. Then we called it quits. We went to bed, and I mean, I slept really comfortable in there. I had the electric fireplace on. But my brother, he was in his tent camper, so he had no heat. He was just rolled up in a sleeping bag like a cocoon. And this morning, it was still raining. Raining. So we had to break camp in the rain, and it's cold. I mean, it's probably in the low 40s. So that was no fun. We both got pretty wet. He had to take his tent down in the rain. I had to put everything away in the. In fact, I mean, you know, the canopy that we had set up by the campfire, it was such a mess. It's full of pine needles, and I just wadded everything up in here because it's all going to need to be hosed off, cleaned up before I put it away. It was a mess. Then to top it off, this morning, my hot water heater isn't working. For some reason, one of my tanks ran out of propane. So I had no way to do the furnace or the gas range or any of that stuff. So I came out here and I took the cover off the propane tanks and I flipped it to the other propane tank that still had propane in it. And that solved that problem. But we're walking back here to the back of the trailer. You could smell propane really strong coming from back here somewhere. So now I got a propane leak under there, and no wonder my one tank drained out. So I don't know how that happened. I don't know what caused it. But I had to shut the propane off. So we had I had the electric fireplace, but I had no furnace, and I had no hot water this morning. Now that I don't know though. I thought the hot water is electric, or it's electric or propane, but I had it set to electric, and there's no hot water. So I don't know if a circuit breaker tripped in there or something. So I got to troubleshoot that. I got to make an appointment to get it in on this propane thing though, because I can't use it without propane, and you know, I don't want to blow the thing up or something, or you know, die from a propane leak. So yeah, now it's got to go in for service. Anyway, this was the last camp out of the summer, and the weather's turning sour now anyways. I mean, we might get a couple of nice days where it gets back up in the 70s, or maybe even hit 80, because sometimes it does that at the end of October. But looking at the forecast, that's doubtful. So we still got rain coming in today. I've got all kinds of stuff to do. I haven't even been in the house yet. So I'm gonna go in. I'm sure the cats will be waiting for me. They're gonna be eager to be fed. You know, it's fun going camping, but it always stinks coming back home again. I mean, I'm eager to get home, but not eager to deal with all this stuff, you know, all the unpacking and everything, putting everything away. And being that this is the last camp out of the season, then I got to pretty much winterize this thing, get it all set up for winter. But first I'm going to call the dealership and set up an appointment, see if they can get it in before I start winterizing anything, and deal with that. Oh boy, well, we're supposed to keep getting more rain. It's real dark over there on the horizon. That's coming this way, so it'll probably start raining again here before the day's over. And I don't know. I'm glad to be home, and I actually came home a day early. I still had one more day reserved where we were camping, but my brother had to leave, and that would have left me there by myself. And being that the weather was so lousy, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to sit around here by myself for another day and twiddle my thumbs. I'll just come home and take care of things here. And, yeah. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit me with a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and continue to join me on whatever direction I end up going. I appreciate all your support. Until next time, cats, I'll catch you later.